everyone, this is Mindy Eggen and welcome to my channel. Today I am celebrating in a video hop for the Altenew September 2024 release. We have tons of inspiration for you along with a giveaway, and I'm going to have the link to the next person in the video hop linked down below in the video description along with the giveaway information. So be sure to leave a comment to be entered into the giveaway. Now, this video is going to be a little bit different than my normal videos. For the past week or so, we've really been finalizing and getting my daughter off to college. So we've been really busy with that. And then once I got home from dropping her off, I got sick. So it's been quite the emotional roller coaster. And I wasn't able to get an actual process of video done for you. But I do want to share the release with you, share some of the products, and I do have some examples of things I did. I just didn't show the process of how I made it. I was just committed to being in the video hop. I did not want to let Altenew down, so I put this video together for you. Now you can see there are some fabulous new products being released, including some new cardstock. I don't have my hands on the new cardstock yet, but I do have a video on my YouTube channel sharing the first batch of cardstock. And if you've seen that, you know that I absolutely love it. So here's a look at the products that I do have. I was able to create some examples or kind of some rough drafts of things. I just didn't get everything turned into cards. And I want to walk you through each of the products that I have. So the first one here that I want to share with you is Cardinal Love Berry Branch and then Timeless Sentiments 3. Now the Cardinal Love and the Berry Branch are layering dies. They are beautiful, and I used all three of these products to create a card that I'm going to be showing you. Altenew has a keyhole system. I will link the video down below that kind of explains that a little bit more, but it does have a great way to help layer up these dies if you struggle with layering your dies. So here is an actual card I did get put together. I used both of the cardinals, the female and the male on there, and the berry branch, did some ink blending around the edges along with some splatters, and then completed it with the Peace and Joy die cut from the brushed gold cardstock from Altenew. I don't have a picture of this yet. I'm hoping that I feel good enough to go up and get pictures done because, like I said, I'm so sorry. I'm just not feeling well right now. But it is a beautiful die set. It is, I don't want to say small, but it is a great size and it's a great starting point for you. Now, another set that I have is the Rose Garden Birdhouse. I wasn't able to get anything completed with this one, but I did want to share it with you because I thought it was beautiful. It does have a layering stencil that you can complete to have these roses around this birdhouse. I thought it would go well with the cardinals. There's the guide that shows you how everything would layer together. And then we have a coordinating die so that you could die cut out your birdhouse. There is also an embossing folder, and I think this is just a beautiful image. I love birdhouses, and to have those flowers around it, I think it's going to be a gorgeous touch. Next, I have the Alluring Orchids, and I thought this was another beautiful set. So this one also has some really great sentiments on here, those big, bold sentiments. I was able to kind of put an image together. I like to experiment with colors and things before I actually turn them into a card. So I do have kind of an example for that. Now, this one, again, does have the inspiration guide, so it gives you some ideas on color combinations, how to use that layering stencil to kind of color in the orchids. And I think the orchids were just beautiful because you can use them on maybe just one card, or you're going to see how large it is that you could almost get two cards out of it. So here is that layering stencil. And then there is also the coordinating die, so you can die cut out your alluring orchid. And then it also has dies for those bolder sentiments like thank you, sending hugs, hello, and grateful. I'm always really drawn to those because I think they're really great kind of just go-to sentiments. So here's my example. I did it out of some purples. I love using that shade purple. A lot of great detail in those orchids. So beautiful set. You can see this is on a piece of cardstock that's 5.5 by 8.5. And I can either do like maybe a 5 by 7 card, or I could trim this down and make two cards out of it. Next, I have the Mixed Blooms, and this one is a very interesting set. So we have the top image there is all solid. The bottom image is more of an outline with some really great detail in it. And then, of course, it's got some smaller sentiments. So again, once we pull this out, you're going to be able to see we have an inspiration guide. There's also that die set. So you have the die that's going to die cut out that main image, but also some smaller flowers. So our inspiration guide is going to show you how to use the layering stencil. Now you can use the stencil to color in that main image, but then it does also have stencils to create, I guess I want to say more of a watercolor look or a very whimsical look. There's no outline stamp to this group of flowers. I didn't get a chance to do that yet, but I think it is beautiful. And it is a great way that they kind of really utilize their stencil. This is an embossing folder that goes with that main large image. I did use the embossing folder and did a little bit of ink blending that I'll show you in just a second. And then here is that layering stencil for the mixed blooms for that larger image. And then there's also the additional smaller ones that kind of have that whimsy look. Now, this is a panel I did where I did use the embossing folder and then I went over those areas with the stencil. So beautiful detail in here and embossing. The Altenew embossing folders are so easy to use. There's not any real crazy kind of combinations you need to put with it to run it through your die cut machine. Next, I have the Dynamic Duo, and this one is Bird on a Bloom. This is super sweet. It actually, I don't know, might be my favorite. So with the Dynamic Duo, you have this smaller stamp set. It's going to add detail to your stenciled flower and also the bird. Uh, the bird, like I said, you have the stencil here that is going to create the flower and then also this really sweet bird. And what I had done, I have an example where I did complete a flower and a bird. I just didn't get it on a card, but you'll be able to see that I started out by die cutting my images first, and then I used an Altenew sticky mat to hold it in place and line up the stencils over the top. I found that to be easiest to die cut out the flower and the bird first. So here is that coordinating die along with coordinating dies for those smaller sentiments, which I always really appreciate. So I will bring in my example. I kind of used some of the color inspiration that they provided in the kit. I did these beautiful pink flowers, and this is no outline. There is no stamp to outline your flower, just a stamp to add details to the center. It's very beautiful. And then we also have the bird. So the bird as well, you just use the die and the stencil to add the color. And then there is a stamp to add a little bit of more detail to the bird. It is so super cute and pretty. I'm really impressed with how realistic these birds are. This is something I definitely want to get on a card front as well. And I hopefully I can feel better enough this afternoon that I can get these put together and then snap some pictures. So that is a closer look at just some of the products that are being released. There are others, and I will have a link to the Altenew website listed down below in the video description, along with a link to the products that I showed in today's video. Be sure to click the expand button in the video description down below so that you can get a link to the next person in the video hop. They have more inspiration and process videos to share with you using products from the Altenew September release. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and I truly appreciate your patience. And hopefully, I'm back up and running soon, feeling better and getting my crafty mojo back. So, thank you all so much, and I'll see you again real soon.